A South Korean humanoid just ran across a soccer pitch, jumped, took shots on goal, and threw in a moonwalk, and it built every single part itself. A company called Figure AI just got valued at $39 billion, backed by Microsoft, OpenAI, Nvidia, and Jeff Bezos, and was ranked the #1 humanoid robot of 2026. And Tesla is not targeting hundreds of Optimus units, they are targeting 10 million annually by 2027. Here is the thing though, none of these stories are really about the robots themselves. They are about lines being crossed, physical lines, economic lines, industrial lines that once crossed do not get uncrossed. And 2026 is the year a lot of them are falling at the same time. So let's go through exactly what crossed, what it means, and why most people are still not fully grasping how fast this is moving. KAIST Humanoid V.7. Alright, let's start with KAIST. South Korea's Dynamic Robot Control and Design Laboratory just showed off their Humanoid V.7, and the demo genuinely looked different from everything else out there right now. Most humanoid videos still feel careful, slow, a little stiff, like the robot is one wrong step away from falling over. This one looked fast, balanced, and actually confident. In the field test, the robot was running across a soccer pitch, jumping, taking shots on goal, and casually throwing in a moonwalk. And before you say that's just a flashy demo, here's what makes this one worth paying attention to. The team at KAIST built everything themselves. The motors, motor drivers, gearboxes, all of it. This is not a polished shell wrapped around someone else's components. They own the full system, and that matters more than most people realize, because it means they control every variable. The robot uses a quasi-direct drive setup with high torque motors and low gear ratios, which lets it react faster and move more naturally. It also runs a custom 3K compound planetary gearbox packed into a single compact stage. The result is a machine that already hits 12 kilometers per hour on flat ground, climbs steps over 30 centimeters high, and generates 320 newton meters of peak torque at the knee joint alone. On the software side, KAIST trained it using deep reinforcement learning mixed with real human motion data. That combination is exactly why the movement looks smooth instead of robotic. And here is the part that crosses the line. It navigates uneven terrain using proprioception alone. No cameras, just body awareness. That is a level of physical autonomy that most humanoids are still chasing. Figure 03. Now let's talk about money, because Figure AI just changed what it means to be taken seriously in this space. Figure 03 was ranked the #1 humanoid robot of 2026 by analysts. Not by the company itself, not by a hype cycle, by people whose job it is to evaluate these things objectively. And when you look at what's behind it, the ranking starts making a lot of sense. Figure AI has raised over $1.9 billion. The company is valued at $39 billion, and the names backing it read like a who's who of the most powerful technology organizations on the planet. Microsoft, OpenAI, Nvidia, and Jeff Bezos personally. But here's why this crosses a line that actually matters. For years, humanoid robotics lived in a weird space. Impressive demos, serious engineering, but always a question mark around whether the real money truly believed in it. That question mark is gone now. When you have OpenAI and Nvidia in the same cap table, you are not just getting capital, you are getting the two most important AI and compute ecosystems on Earth pointing directly at your robot. That is an infrastructure advantage that compounds fast. Figure 03 itself is built for real work, not research labs, not controlled demos, actual industrial environments. The robot is designed for tasks that are repetitive, physical, and currently done by humans. And with that level of financial firepower behind it, the gap between prototype and production is closing faster than almost any other humanoid on this list. The capital line in humanoid robotics just got crossed, and Figure AI is the clearest proof of that. Boston Dynamics Atlas. If Figure 03 crossing the capital line felt significant, Boston Dynamics just crossed a different one entirely. And in some ways, this one is harder to fake. At CES 2026, Boston Dynamics unveiled the all-electric Atlas. No hydraulics, no complicated fluid systems, fully electric, cleaner, faster, and built specifically for industrial work. Material handling, order fulfillment, the kind of physical tasks that currently require entire shifts of human labor. It won Best Robot at CES 2026, which honestly felt like a formality given what it was showing. But here is the part that actually stops you in your tracks. The 2026 production run is already fully allocated, sold out. Before most people even finished watching the CES demo, every unit was spoken for. And who got them? Hyundai's Robotics Metaplant and Google DeepMind. Two organizations that do not make purchasing decisions lightly or for show. That is the line being crossed here. For years, the conversation around humanoid robots in industry was always future tense. They will be useful, they will be deployed, they will change manufacturing. Atlas just made that present tense. It is not being evaluated in a lab. It is not in a pilot program that might get canceled. It is going directly into active industrial environments run by two of the most technically serious organizations in the world. Boston Dynamics has been building robots longer than almost anyone else in this space. And the Electric Atlas feels like the moment all of that experience finally converges into something the industry is genuinely ready to receive. The deployment line just got crossed, and it happened quietly. Tesla Optimus Gen 2. Everything we have talked about so far, performance, capital, deployment, none of it prepares you for what Tesla is doing with Optimus. Because Tesla is not playing the same game as everyone else. They are not even on the same field. Here are the numbers. Tesla is targeting 50 to 100,000 Optimus units in 2026. By 2027, they are planning to produce 10 million annually out of Giga Texas. Let that sit for a second. 10 million humanoid robots per year from a single facility. No company in this space has ever talked about numbers anywhere close to that. And Tesla is not talking about it as a distant vision. They are treating it as a production target. Optimus Gen 2 itself is a serious machine. Improved joint articulation, built for repetitive manufacturing tasks, domestic chores, and general-purpose assistant. The hardware is cleaner and more capable than the first generation, and Tesla's vertical integration means they control the chips, the software, the manufacturing, and the energy systems all under one roof. That is an advantage almost nobody else in this space can replicate. But the line being crossed here is not really about the robot specs. It is about scale as a strategy. When you produce 10 million of something, the cost per unit drops dramatically. The software gets better faster because you have more real-world data coming in, and suddenly humanoid robots stop being a premium industrial product and start becoming something else entirely, something closer to an appliance. Nobody else is targeting this kind of volume, not even close. And if Tesla even gets halfway there, it permanently reshapes what this industry looks like. Wanderbot, the Independence line. Because not every line being crossed in 2026 is about money or speed or scale. Some of them are about a much more fundamental problem that nobody really talks about. And Wanderbot from Cranfield University is crossing one of those. Here is the problem. Most robots are leashed, not physically, but energetically. They depend on batteries, charging infrastructure, human maintenance, and resupply chains. That works fine in a factory or a warehouse. It completely falls apart the moment you try to send a robot somewhere truly remote, a desert, a polar region, another planet. The moment you need a robot to operate independently for extended periods in a place humans cannot easily reach, the battery becomes the hardest wall in the room. Wanderbot is a direct answer to that wall. Built by Cranfield University, it moves using wind power instead of stored energy. It uses a Savonius wind turbine paired with a Janssen linkage, the same multi-legged mechanism made famous by Theo Janssen's Strandbeest sculpture. The whole machine is fully 3D printed, modular, and designed so that broken parts can theoretically be replaced on site without waiting for expensive resupply missions. The team describes it as a first step towards self-sufficient robots that can go where humans cannot easily stay or maintain equipment. And that framing is exactly right. This is not a flashy demo. It is a low-cost, early-stage prototype that already got serious attention at the European Space Agency's Astra Conference 2025. Maneuverability is still the next big challenge. The team is still working on turning, but the Independence line just got its first real crack, and that is worth paying attention to. Agibot A2. Agibot shipped over 5,100 humanoid robots in 2025. That gave them 39% of the global humanoid market by volume. Number one in the world. Not by valuation, not by demo quality, not by analyst ranking, by actual units in the real world doing actual work. And the robot itself is not just a mass market compromise either. The A2 is built for precision service environments. It can thread a needle while holding a natural conversation with a person standing next to it. That combination of fine motor control and real-time language interaction is genuinely difficult to pull off, and Agibot is doing it at scale. Here is what makes this line different from the others. Every other milestone in this video is still partially a promise. Figures Capital still needs to convert into product. Tesla's 10 million units is still a target. Boston Dynamics deployments are real, but limited. Agibot already shipped 5,100 robots. That is not a projection. That is not a pilot program. Those are units that left the factory, went somewhere, and started working. The volume line in humanoid robotics is being crossed by a Chinese company that most Western audiences have barely heard of. And whether that makes you optimistic or nervous probably depends on where you are sitting. But either way, it is happening. The numbers do not lie. Unitree G1. Every robot we have covered so far has one thing in common. They are being built by well-funded organizations, deployed by industrial giants, or backed by the most powerful names in tech. And that is great, but it also means the technology stays concentrated at the top, expensive, controlled, and out of reach for most people who might actually want to build something with it. Unitree just kicked that door open. The G1 is already one of the most capable humanoids in its price range, agile, efficient, and built for both service industries and research environments. But what Unitree did recently goes well beyond the hardware. They open-sourced a vision language action model that lets the G1 autonomously perform household tasks on its own. No custom programming, no expensive integration work. They built serious AI capability into the robot and then handed it to anyone who wanted it. And the market clearly noticed. Unitree filed for a $610 million IPO on the back of 335% revenue growth in 2025. That is not a company riding hype. That is a company with real demand pulling it forward. The accessibility line just got crossed, and the ripple effects of that are going to show up everywhere. So there it is. 7 robots, 7 lines crossed. Physical performance, capital, deployment, scale, independence, volume, and accessibility. What makes 2026 different is not that one impressive robot showed up. It is that all of these lines are falling at the same time, across different countries, different approaches, and different price points. That has never happened before in this space, and most people are still not fully registering it. If you want to keep tracking how this unfolds, subscribe and stay close, because this is only going to move faster from here.